Yeah, so yeah, my allergies are still acting up, man. It's fucking Ohio bullshit. But yeah, I'm getting ready to leave in a few days, and the old traveling things gonna start again. Me and America ain't gonna really last too much longer. Um, actually, I'm leaving Monday to go to Vegas. Then after that, it's back off to Europe again. But so yeah, so this video is a talk to Oh, by the way, I do see comments. Like I said, I just hate clicking, and I agree with the comments. I totally do agree. Um, uh, I just hate clicking on my own stuff, and like I've never been the type to do that ever. I've just never ever been the type to watch anything that I've ever made or done, or like when I do a paper for college, I never look at it again. I'm just I don't I just never go back and look at anything I've done previously. Um, but this video is to remind men, especially young men, like and this is probably more targeted to the younger group, the 16 to 25-year-old men, that one, uh you can do whatever the fuck you want to do in life. Um see like cuz see men are born into not being wanted and not being, generally loved by many other people, and men are born into this shit being shit. And women are born into being wanted. You see, even if they're like entitlement is like a little set too high for it, like but the end result is like they are still wanted by people. You see, and men aren't. And this is something that modern feminism just does not ever touch on, because like most logical things, modern feminism doesn't. If it doesn't work in their favor, then they don't want to talk about it. And usually it's the more important things and the intricacies of the matter. But back to the original topic, like, be the man you want to be. See, the power you have as a man is this. I say pretty much after 25, after 25-ish, I say really like when you start hitting like 30. From 30 years old and on, I don't care if you're the janitor at a homeless shelter, or you're fucking, you're making like $60,000 at an IT job a year, or you making well over six figures. I don't know, being like a marketing executive. I don't care what you're doing as a man. Okay, I'm talking to all men at this point. No matter what you're doing, you can always sit down and go, you know what? I'm gonna bust my ass and I'm gonna be better than I ever was before. You can always do that. You can if it from I'd say roughly from the ages, because like it's the only reason I want to say younger is because you just don't have the experience yet and life experience and dealing with people yet to really uh think completely clearly. That's the only reason why I say like over 25. Once you get over 25, like the world is literally yours. I think the biggest problem is that a lot of men, they because we all go through the 16 to 25-year-old age bracket. And like we kind of get so beaten down by the world that a lot of men just never ever grow out of it. They just live the rest of their lives believing that they're that, lowly 16 to 25-year-old dude, and they never realize, no, I'm 35, I got degrees, or I work at this job, or I got my own willpower in life. I could do whatever I want to do. Like a lot of guys, it just never fucking clicks. And usually a big reason why it never clicks is a lot of them do end up getting with a woman in those years. Because in those years, a woman is just the ultimate prize. And like I said in the previous video, getting with a woman, going to the military, or going to prison, though what those three things have in common is whatever age that man was when he went in is the age he's going to be when he comes out a lot of times. Now there are some who do grow, but for most of the men, whatever age he was when he went to the military. Okay, if that man went to the military at 18 and he was wearing baggy jeans with like bright neon colors, when he gets out, when he's gonna be 32, he's gonna be walking around with baggy jeans and bright colors on him. Like they don't fucking grow. Like because it's a man's mentality to focus on what he has at that time and pretty much throw himself away. So, and a lot of men do this in life. Like they whatever it is, they focus in those younger years, and then they grow and they don't realize, motherfucker, I'm going on 40 and I'm still dressing like I'm 16. Like they don't fucking see it until somebody makes fun of them and it hurts their feelings, something like that. But see, the power you have as a man is that you you can lead. I think I want to say it's the CEO of Starbucks or one or like a hairdresser company. It's a dude. It was this white guy. He was living in homeless shelters for 10 years, and then he just one day just figured, look, I'm gonna do something. And now the motherfucker is well off. But like as a man, you always got that because what you offer to the world is worth much more in the long run than what women have to offer. See, because all women have to offer in they prime is being young, being at least mildly attractive, smiling, and having sex. After those four, after pretty much the being young part and smiling is over, the being young and beautiful and smiles over, like they're pretty much fucking like they're just stuck in a rut after that. Like they have because like I said, what they offer is fucking is recreating. That's pretty much like the height of it in the reality of the world. When they got to go out there in that world and produce something, that's what they're wanted for. They're not wanted to build shit. And then there are some who can, but most of them, no, they can't do it. See, you as a man, you can no, like I said, no matter what age you are, I would say preferably over 25 for reasons previously stated. But you as a man, you can always, if you working at a fucking mailroom right now, you could just sit down and think to yourself real hard and go, you know what? I'm gonna stack my money up and I'm gonna like invest it, or I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna just be a bodybuilder and start getting sponsors for bodybuilding, or I'm gonna start driving professionally and I'm gonna get sponsors to drive a race. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get sponsors for driving a race car. I'm gonna like no matter what it is, you can go out there and fucking do it, man. You just like see a man's biggest enemy is himself. Like you can always go out there. Now, a woman, she really can't see. I mean, because a woman's nature is to do these things. A woman's nature is to fuck, have kids, take care of kids, and then get grandkids and take care of them. Their nature is to go. Like they try to fight this nature. But like, yeah, I can be a man too, as long as the room's air conditioned, and I can be equal to you. See, like they try to fight it because it's cute when the sun's shining. You see, when the sun's shining in, they can do, oh yeah, yeah, we out there, yeah. But when that shit start raining and snowing and 15 feet of snow come down, oh, we need to get a man to go do that. You see what I'm saying? They're not really built for this shit. They know it. They just hate to fucking admit it because then it'll be like saying men are right to them, and that's the last thing any woman wants to say. But you as a man, you can always go out there and do something. See, like, and even with women, see, like even when you watch like porn, I don't know how like every guy watches porn or has at least watched porn in his life. The saddest thing that I seen, and I actually made fun of this one bitch on Instagram, Ava Divine. I made fun of her. I told her it's time to throw the towel in because that bitch is old now. She going on 50 and she looks like a fucking just a Halloween monster now with big boobs, ridiculously big fake. I mean, I'm sorry, with big lips, ridiculously big fake boobs. Her skin, you can tell she tried to put Botox in, but her skin is just set because, like I said, she's trying to go back to when she was genuinely worth something. When she was offering a what? Fuck it. And that's what they all try to do. They try to dress up to look like what they were when they had the world at their fingertips. When they were doing what? They were fucking, or they made you want to fuck them. Like that's the difference. They run out. You see what I'm saying? Like with the women, their thing is like they're born into it, but it doesn't last anywhere near as long as men's value does. And it doesn't last anywhere near as long. They're born into this, sure. Like they're born in the world, they're born into the world with holes and breeding material and shit like that and looking cute and all that. But like their window is like a very short-lived window. Men's window, like men's thing is, I think somebody actually wrote this. A woman's value in the world is like the equivalent of being handed $1 million as soon as you turn, let's just say 18, right? And a man's value is being handed, I think it was like ten or $20,000 with like 10% interest every year. You see what I'm saying? Like, which one is going to be better? It's going in the long run. The man situation is going to be better because he's getting that interest and he's getting that every year. You see what I'm saying? Whereas the woman, they're just being handed $1 million, which is much fucking more. But she don't know what to do with this $1 million. People gonna be stealing it from her. She'll be losing half of the shit. She gonna accidentally burn it up $70,000 just because she's a dumb hoe. You know, she like, so by the time she's 25, she's broke as fucking dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or she might have $30,000 left out of that $1 million she was handing initially. Because none of them smart enough to invest it in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of them are gonna do any work along with it. They're not gonna be working out in the gym consecutively. Every now and then you do find some who they are lifelong vegans and lifelong swimmers and shit like that, lifelong runners, and they hold on to it. But I mean, even them, like, just because you get older, that's a whole other topic. But I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna do so. They go like women are handed that $1 million at 18 years old, but they're not gonna do no maintenance with it because they're young and dumb. They just got it, so it's time to flaunt it. Let's buy a house, car, all this shit with no, all these fucking liabilities. And let's get all these credit cards. Because, like I said, if you give any woman $1,000, the first thing she gonna do is try to spend $1,500. That's just their mentality because it's how they born into the world. They're not born in the world having to actually think because there's always somebody that's gonna take care of them when they're young and beautiful. But like I said, as a man, we're pretty much handed like $20,000 every year with like 10% interest on that $20,000. Over the year. So it's gonna be a much slower build up, but we gonna end up sitting on 50 million. You know what I'm saying? That bitch, but we started out with 20,000. You see what I'm saying? But we gonna end up sitting on 50 just because of what we are. We gonna gain so much more wisdom and knowledge along the way of being poor and knowing how to move with money. Then on top of that, like I said, we just don't have the money. Then we are just much more equipped for the long run than they are. And that's the only thing that really keeps women in check is father time. If it wasn't for that, this whole thing would be a completely different scenario. But that's the only thing that keeps them in check is that new model of car coming out next year, meaning that new girl coming out of high school next year. That's the only thing keeping her ass in line. Because if they all stayed 18 forever, we'd have a whole different scenario on our hands in a dating market. But yeah, man, like y'all, like you could always as I'm telling you, okay, this time next week I'm gonna be fucking beautiful. I'm gonna be fucking beautiful, bitch, in Vegas. I can tell you that much right now. I already know. Unless I get super sick when I get there, which does happen to me sometimes. Like when you travel and you get to that new place and your body's not used to those germs and shit. I mean, when I first went to Europe, man, I was like, I almost had to go to the hospital because I was coughing like nonstop. I thought I had whooping cough or some shit. Like that shit was serious. Like any sickness, like when you legit have a real sickness, man, that shit is scary. When I first went to Europe years ago, I remember like just coughing all day and all night. Wake up coughing. I could not say more than 3 consecutive words without coughing. Because I used to call people and try to talk to them, and it was just pointless because I couldn't. There was no point to talking. I would just cough. But I can definitely tell you this much. In the next 2 or 3 months, I'm gonna be fucking some model bitches. I can guarantee that because I'm gonna be in Europe. Like you can always, because in America, like I mean, it's just a different dynamic here, and it really just isn't even worth fighting it in America. Once you know what else is out there in that world, but man, like you could always, and I tell you another problem I have, and I thought about this waking up, is dealing with the friends of mine, the friends and family who never fucking got out in the world and seen shit, dealing with the men. See, like I said before, a man is his own worst enemy. A man and comfort is his worst enemy. I say that. That's a gangster line. A man and comfort is his worst enemy. Dealing with the friends of mine who like never fucking left or never like was on that shit or never studied anything outside of I'm living in Ohio, who never studied anything outside of Ohio. Like it's like like they want to think they know shit, but it's like that thing like when you talking to like it's like talking to a child. Like when that child like wants to pretend that he knows how to drive a go-kart, but you know this motherfucker don't know how to drive a damn go-kart, but he gonna sit there and keep trying to convince you and try it and run into the wall and you know what I'm saying and go 2 miles an hour because he's scared because it's going fast. That's how I feel like talking to like my friends and family who like never fucking, especially the men who never fucking traveled, never really did anything adventurous. They just don't got it. Like they brains like it like to them, man, it's like the height of their brain power is just Ohio. Like and whatever little raggedy job they work in, whether it be like, you know, a white collar or blue collar job, is whatever little job they work in Ohio. That's as high as their brains can go thinking. And it's like it's just so fucking clear to me to see it. And now I see what a lot of women see in a lot of these men that are like that. Like it just screams boredom. But for some reason, my allergies get worse when I start doing this shit, man. Because I wasn't sniffing like this before. Um, but yeah, man. But back to the original topic. Like as a man, you can always do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you want to get muscles and do all that shit, then go fucking do it. Like the only thing that's stopping you is you sitting down thinking, "Oh, we're like, should I really do that? I don't know." Like, nah, just fucking do it. I talked to this dude as soon as I got back from Europe. He's working at T-Mobile. Grown ass man working at T-Mobile. That shit was sad. Uh, older than me. I'm 33. He definitely older than me. He said, "Yeah, I always wanted to go to Thailand because I heard in Thailand you could retire off like $200 a month." I was like, "Yeah, that shit's fucking true." I'm not sure like what specific part of Thailand because I've never been, but I talked to other people who've traveled there and they said, "Yeah," because like I said, I was in Europe. Europe can be like just like America, or it could be a little better than America, but like people would go, okay, like in the poorer European countries, they would go to fucking Thailand and India and live for months off the wages they was getting in these countries where like the average wage is $1,000 a month. So that tells you it's cheaper in Thailand than some of them other countries. And I told him, like, yeah, man, you should totally fucking go do it. But I know he's not going to do it because he's one of those Ohio born and raised dudes who he just doesn't have that courage and mindset to just go fucking do it like that. And that's the only way you really can do it. It's gonna be messy. You got to accept it. It's going to be messy. It's going to be rough. The only things that are worth doing never happen how you think they're gonna happen. It's never gonna be in some formal presented way ever. In my experience, like I said, I have never gotten a job or nothing ever great has ever happened to me from the formal way. It was always something like ass backwards. I caught somebody, had to sell myself, see some shit like that. It was never like formal. Formal shit is for betas. Sorry, but that's the truth. The formal shit is for betas. That's it, man. Like that's about all I got. But yeah, ending on this note, you can do whatever you want to do. You just have to believe in yourself and let go of that comfort zone.